See the moonlights on the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Tallawah TV is in the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Got a corner on the telephone. Yeah, this is the Ocean of the Messenger, and you're watching Tallawah TV with the host and best. So Davis, take it away.
My Tallawahs, good morning, good afternoon, or possibly good evening, depending on where you are in the world. The time is now 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock on the dot here in the UK. And I did say on my last live stream last night that I would try to do a live watch along of our Peru friendly, which should have kicked off by now. So let me go and see if I can bring that up on a stream from my end. In the meantime, let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know how your day has been so far. Hopefully, you've had a good day. I'll go through the team sheet in a bit. All depends if I can actually gain access to this game tonight. I've been trying to do so for the last few hours. Looks promising, but I can't hold my breath and say that yes, this is definitely going to work. Let's see. Okay, so that one isn't working. Let me know if it's kicked off from where you guys are watching it, guys. Because from my end, I'm experiencing a few difficulties as expected. I didn't think that this one was going to be smooth sailing. So let me know if you guys are able to watch the game from your end. Possibly I might need to do a few tweaks from my end to get my stream up and running. And I can see a few of you have tuned in. So do drop a comment in the comment box. Let me know how your day has been. Let me know what your predictions are for tonight's friendly against Peru, away from home on Peru's home soil. So do bear with me. I'm just trying to see if my game could work. So far, no luck, unfortunately. Let me just keep on giving that a try. I'm pretty sure that by now, the game should have kicked off. So if I go over, yeah, I think the game has kicked off, guys. So do bear with me whilst I try to get that up. It's 2 minutes that the game, we're 2 minutes into the game itself, but unfortunately, as I did say yesterday, the only way I could give you guys a live watch along is if the game is accessible. It is accessible, but it's proven to be a bit of a difficult one. What link? I'm using the link that Earl Bailey put out on Twitter some hours ago. Latina.pe. If you know of any good links, guys, let me know, because obviously that link isn't working. Actually, let me try something different. But yeah, if you guys know any link, then please do drop it in the comment section so that I can give you guys a live watch along. Had a feeling that this might happen, but I thought let me try and take a gamble, because I did tell you guys that I would be back tonight to try and watch the game with you guys, but so far no luck. Luck isn't on our side. King, I can't at the moment. I'm stuck in the mud. I cannot. I mean, Earl Bailey kindly shared a link to suggested websites on Twitter earlier on, but this is just showing me a graph of what's going on in the game, so I can't really provide any match analysis from that for you guys. It's pretty poor. But if you are based on home soil in Jamaica, please tell me it's going to work. If you are based on home soil in Jamaica, then I do believe the game is available on TVJ. Something's loading here, guys, from my end. I can only keep my fingers crossed that it's going to take me to the game. If not, I'm afraid I won't be able to do a live watch along with you guys. But I did warn you yesterday that this might be the case, and unfortunately, it is exactly that. Again, if you guys happen to have more luck than myself and you're tuned into the game, let me know how it's going. If I pop over back on Google and check the minutes inside the game, what we're working with so far should at least be 5 minutes. We're 4 minutes in, and it is Peru nil, Jamaica nil. As I said, guys, we are playing away from home. That's sounding good. King Jab saying that the guys look lively. That's what I like to hear. Hopefully it continues. I think we might be in some luck here, guys. Let me try something else. Mute that because I don't want no feedback coming through. I'm having one of those days where nothing obviously seems to be going my way. Unfortunately, the link isn't working, guys. Certain things are unfortunately out of my control, but I try to stick to my promise. In that I did say I would try to give you guys a live stream watch along, a live watch along of tonight's game. But the two links that have been suggested, again, is pretty poor because it's not of the game itself. It's more of just diagram showing me where the ball is at and who's on the ball. And I can't really watch football like that because it's not my type of vision. So King Jab, where are you watching the game? Where are you based and where are you watching the game? Maybe you could utilize your link. Let's see what Earl Bailey said, because he did suggest 2 links. 6 minutes in the game, guys, and it is still Peru nil, Jamaica nil. I'm going to trust Jab's analysis of the game so far. He's saying that the boys are looking lively. The one I sent doesn't work. Where did you send it? Did you send it on Instagram or on Twitter? You're watching it from Jamaica, so yes, you should be able to. I've not received any links from you, King Jab. Okay, I'm gonna try a few times, guys, to see if I can get this to work for you all. If not, it's going to have to be a relatively short live stream because obviously there's nothing here on my screen for me to discuss. But again, if you guys know of any, oh yes, thank God it's working. All right. Okay, let me switch my thing on. I say thank God it's working, but it is working, but just about. It's gonna be a long night. So 4 minutes and 40 seconds in the game, guys, and it is Jamaica nil, Peru nil, or Peru nil, Jamaica nil, being that we are playing away from home. This stream is pretty poor, but I'm going to try my level best to give you guys some update. It's a lot of stop and start with my stream, so you might be a little bit ahead of me, so I do apologize in advance. His goal is working. Is it? Okay, let's give that a shout. Let's give that a try. His goal don't usually work for me for some reason, but let's see if it will give me a nice little run through tonight. Thank you for your suggestions so far, guys. Much appreciated. Okay. Okay. And also, sorry for the awkward silence. I'm doing my best to try and see if I can get this stream up and running for you. It's giving me Peru versus Panama. I don't want that. I want Peru versus Jamaica. Yeah, it's not my night at all. All right, let me see if I can keep you guys updated on this scoreline at least until we get things up and running properly. It is 8 minutes on the clock, and it is Peru nil, Jamaica nil. Paul Hall's first game in charge as the interim head coach. So hopefully he can christen things off with a lovely win. That would be the perfect way to kickstart the Gaffers mission that is within touching distance of what he's trying to achieve. The bigger picture being trying to get the boys to qualify for their second World Cup appearance. That's good. That's some promising sign. That is what I like to hear. tad bit jealous of yourself, Ian, being that I cannot tune into the game myself, but you're telling me that they look different from what we've seen of late. So the signs do seem to be working in our favor. This stream is playing with me. Okay, so I do actually have a stream up, but as I've said before, the stream is actually quite poor, guys. And if it continues like this all the way up to the first 45, I think I might just call it an early night, and let you guys enjoy either watching the stream, watching the game on TV, or possibly watching a live watch along somewhere else. I'm pretty sure there's plenty options to choose within the YouTube community. Someone did say try His Goal. Are you able to share the link if you are using His Goal? Because I'm on His Goal at the moment, but there's nothing there. They don't appear to have the Jamaica game up. So if you're able to do something for me, Karim, in terms of sharing the actual link that you're using, then that would be great. In the meantime, I can't watch football like this, guys. This stream is doing my head in. It keeps stopping and starting and loading, and unfortunately, I cannot watch football like that. But like I said, I'm going to try and see if I can sit through the first 45 with you guys, and see if I can get a better stream. 11 minutes on the clock, and it is Peru nil, Jamaica nil. Few positive comments in the comment section in terms of how Jamaica are playing. Apparently, we're playing completely different in comparison to our last string of games. Let's see if I can get it up on my phone, because maybe it's just the computer that's giving me some problems. So let me see if I can get something up on my phone. Bear with me, guys. Ian, where are you watching the game, Ian? Are you able to share a link to the match? Still nothing. I'm not sure if you're outside of Jamaica or Peru, how are you guys watching the games? Because I'm pretty, like I said to you all before, I'm pretty much stuck in the mud here, guys. No luck whatsoever. Even my most reliable site appears to be failing me tonight. Of all the nights to fail me, you're failing me when I'm trying to watch my country play, which isn't good. So if you guys can actually share whatever link you're using to watch the game, that will be greatly, greatly appreciated. Yeah, I'm not, Karim, you did mention His Goal, but His Goal is just showing Premier League football, and as well as football across Europe and some NBA stuff as well. So they're not showing nothing on the international front, most certainly nothing on Peru versus Jamaica. Just to remind everyone that tonight's game is an international friendly, and it is indeed Paul Hall's first game in charge as the interim head coach. Now this is irritating me because I can hear commentary, clear commentary, but I can't actually see the game itself. So we're off to a miserable start. I say we in terms of my streaming, but according to you guys down in the comment sections, the guys are looking good. I'm gonna see if I can hang on a little bit longer. Richard, I wish I could say it's a good evening, sir, but it's not a good evening for me. I'm currently stuck in the mud. My stream is doing my head in because it's not working. But some good news here for you, Richard, if you've just managed to tune in, according to King Jav. And Ian, early days, but the boys are looking good away from home against Peru in our international friendly. First game of the calendar year of 2020-22. Also, just to reiterate, Mr. Paul Hall's first game in charge as the interim head coach. So there are apparently some positive signs there. Bit of a shame that I can't go into more details with you guys because this link is just atrocious. Okay, Karim, I'll wait on your link to pop up. Can't watch football like this. I can't watch games when it's just stopping and starting, and I'm quite close to just closing down my laptop because it's just not working for me, unfortunately. So again, guys, if you're just boys pressing decent, good. Hopefully they can capitalize on their pressing. But it does sound like it's a good game so far. It's a bit of a shame that I'm not able to see what's going on for myself, but it does sound quite promising. Sounds as if it's a new look Reggae Boyz in comparison to what we've seen in recent months. So that's good. Who's impressed you so far, King Jab? How is Peter Lee playing? How do we look in midfield? Because midfield has been one of our weakest area on the pitch. So how are we looking in midfield tonight? So rather than you guys asking me the question, it seems like I'll be the one asking you guys the questions tonight. But don't worry, I won't do it for the full 90 because there's no way I can sit here and stare at a blank screen. So I'll be closing off soon. So let me know how the game is going, guys. If you're in Jamaica, then obviously you're in better luck than myself because you should be able to access the game on TVJ, if I'm not mistaken. If you're outside of Jamaica and you're in the diaspora like myself, then do tell me which stream you're working with. Maybe you're in better luck than myself. Oh, Javane Brown looks the best one to me. Here we go. That's a surprise, isn't it? We always know that Javane Brown has it in his locker to pull out solid performances. So pleased for him. Definitely pleased for him. Big up yourself. How are you? How's your evening going? Okay, let me check Instagram to see what I can. I'm desperate to watch this game tonight. Let's see, guys. Bear with me. Jesus, just please work. Driving me mad. I'll try to see if I can watch this on my phone instead. Sorry about the long delay, guys, but I can assure you that I am trying my best to get this game to work. Karim, that link isn't working, my friend. That one's not working at all. I think what you might have done, Karim, is that you might have sent me the link to a pop-up as opposed to a link to the game itself. But how comes his goal is working for yourself and not for me? All right, let's give this another try. Let me turn down my... Might be in for some luck, guys. I've said that a few times already. All right, here we go. Finally. Let me just change my sound. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Hey Travis, how are you? Bear with me. I'm a little bit distracted at the moment because I'm trying to get the game up. Looks like I might have to watch this one on my phone because everything else it's not even making sense. So I'm gonna watch this one on my phone for you guys. Someone's asking, well, I was watching it on a desktop, but not really having much luck. Is it connected? Again, guys, if you're just tuning in, let me know where you guys are watching the game from. We're in luck, thankfully. Turned off, remove device. We're in some luck, guys. I'm gonna be giving you some commentary in a bit. 1 moment. Hey, finally, Jesus. Wow. Okay, guys. Thank the Lord for that. Who do I have to thank? Someone just saved me. I think it might have been Karim. Thank you, Karim. God bless you. You saved me with that one. So we're up and running, guys. Finally, I'm able to don't want the commentary to filter through because I'm not trying to get a what do you call it, copyright block. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comment sections. I'm finally in. I'm 19 minutes in, so please don't ask me about the first 20 minutes of game time because I'm not the best person to ask because obviously I wasn't able to tune in. But I'm locked in and all focused on the game so far. Jamaica on the ball. I'm going to trust my ooh low save a real shot at goal from Jamaica, low save from the Peru goalkeeper. Yeah, I figured. Someone just sent me a link. So Richard, you could go ahead and try what Travis has said. Um so yeah, just go over to his goals, guys, and you'll be able to watch the game. If you're in the diaspora, then I would suggest you making your way over to his goals because that's the best place to watch the game tonight. All of our streams is probably going to give you a little bit of a technical difficulty. So let me know what you guys think of what we're looking at, the first, say, 21 minutes so far of Peru versus Jamaica. Ooh, Javane Brown with a cross into the box. Who was it that headed that ball just then? But at least there are some positive signs there. And also, thank you to everyone who has tuned in. Thank you for choosing my stream to watch your watch along. Please do not forget to go ahead and hit that like button. If it is your first time over on my channel, then please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. And hopefully, I'll see you on more live streams. Just remind myself that I need to make some notes for how this game is looking. Being that I'm using my phone tonight, I won't be able to use my phone to make any notes, so I'm gonna do it a little bit old school. Make some note on my little notepad. And also at halftime, I'll go ahead and give you guys the starting 11. Or let's see if I can jump over to Google and see if I can read out that starting 11 for you guys because I was in a bit of a panic state ahead of the game with this stream giving me a bit of a problem. Google isn't showing the starting 11, and as I said, I'm watching the game on my phone, so I will have to wait until halftime before I can give you guys the starting 11. Let's see if I can go down. Oh, actually, let me take that back. We can actually view the starting 11. So I'll go ahead and read out the starting 11 because I've not actually done that so far. So I do apologize. In goal, we've got Knight. We've gone for a back four. We've got Brown, Lowe, King, Lawrence. In midfield, we've got Watson, Williams, Vassell, and then on the wings and up top, we've got Beckford, Walker, and also Fletcher right down the middle. Looks like a 4-4-3 formation. Yeah, 4-3-3 formation that we've gone with, guys. We'll go back and see what you guys are saying in the comment section. Let's go, Jamaica. Yes, there is a link, so please do go ahead and check out his goals as Travis suggested. It's the only link that's working well, definitely for me and in my region. If you're based in the diaspora like myself, then I would suggest or recommend his goal for yourself. Okay, let me turn my attention to this game because I've missed the best part of 20 minutes, which is no good. We've got Peru who are about to take their corner. Let's see, has anyone picked up any yellow cards yet? Because I'm a little bit behind? Apparently no. Apparently no one's on any yellow cards. 23 minutes into the game. How is Watson looking as well, guys? Because you guys will be able to provide a better judgment of how Watson is looking. With 25 minutes on the clock, 0 yellow cards picked up. Does that mean we've improved in terms of our discipline and our focus going into these games? "24 minutes on the clock, or I should say 25 minutes on the clock. Peru 0, Jamaica 0. Javane Brown and Walker doing the work. Okay. Are you saying that that's a good partnership that they're building on? Or are you just saying as individuals they're putting in the work? Or is that a collective effort? Or are we seeing something that could pan out to be a good future partnership between Javane Brown and Lamar Walker? There are lots of positive signs here, clearly, based off what you guys are telling me and also what I can see as well. Nice to see Peter Lee Vassell back in the team, been screaming out to have this young man back in our starting 11. Or perhaps not necessarily back in the starting 11. I think on previous streams, I was just desperate to see him in the squad. Paul Hall has given us something better, one extra, by putting him right bang in the starting 11. And I think he has been missed. A player like Peter Lee right there in the middle of the park. Need to keep a close eye on him because I haven't seen him play in quite possibly close to 2 years now. It's been a while since I've managed to watch Peter Lee. I don't know about you guys, but I can only speak for myself. Was also looking forward to watch Alex Marshall as well. Ian, if you're still tuned in, I know that's not one of your favorite players, but if I do say so myself, I was most certainly looking forward to watching Alex Marshall play. But unfortunately, the wait does continue. We are looking good, guys, in terms of our ball movement. Might have to enlarge this. Oh, there's a chance there for us. Keeper comes out and handles his job. Let's see if I can turn my screen around because my screen's looking at. Okay, here we go. That's much better. Runners. That's why you need to start them. Yeah, 100%. I did say some streams ago that I'm really keen to see if we could build on a future partnership between Walker, Marshall, and Peter Lee as well. Obviously, the missing player here tonight is Alex Marshall, to no fault of his own. So hopefully this is one for the future, as you've said. That's why we need to start them young. First of all, before I go any further, massive thank you for your kind contribution to my channel. Most certainly appreciate what you've decided to put into my saving pot. So thank you. How's your day going? How's your day been so far? And also, what do you make of the game? Who's impressed you the most from my comments? Javane Brown seems to be the player who has been impressive so far. Speaking of Javane Brown, he's just been pushed off the ball. But he's okay. He's managed to make his way back up on his feet. I think his performance so far, are we surprised? Because we all knew this of Javane Brown. He's the type of player that all is needed is an opportunity, consistent opportunities at that. So the fact that his name is on everyone's tongues tonight, yeah, it's no surprise. And this is something that's quite pleasing to hear, loving the fluidity of the boys. How many times have we said that in the last couple of months? I don't recall if we've managed to say that at all, and most certainly not for a number of times. So again, there are some positivity there. Discipline, I think it's safe to say that discipline is on show, guys. In the first, 28 minutes played, 29 minutes, call it half an hour played so far, playing away from home. Peru 0, Jamaica 0. 0 yellow cards for either side so far. I did tune into this one quite late, guys. I tuned in maybe around the 19th minute, so please do not ask me how the first quarter of an hour of the football match went, because I'm not the best person to ask. I will say that having watched us previously, the first quarter of an hour usually tells us how the game's going to work out for the Reggae Boys, hasn't it? Sometimes we've had a tendency of starting games quite well, quite sharp within the first quarter of an hour, and then from there it tends to go downhill. But tonight it looks like we're holding things together, moving together as a collective. So signs are looking quite promising. Let me go and see what you guys are saying. Pleased to hear that. One done. Definitely pleased to hear that. Music to all of our ears, from what we've seen for the first half an hour of game time so far. Again, just to remind everyone, this is Paul Hall's first game as the interim head coach for the Reggae Boys, the former Reggae Boy himself. He's officially started off his mission. His big mission is to try and get the boys to qualify for their second World Cup in our history where the men's team is concerned. Also, again, to remind you all, if you are based in Jamaica, you can definitely stick your telly on and tune in. Correct me if I'm mistaken with this one, if I get this one incorrect, guys, but I do believe you can watch this game on TVJ if you're based on home soil. So go ahead, stick the TV on and watch the game, and let me know your thoughts on what you think of the boys' performance so far. 31 minutes on the clock, and it is Peru nil, Jamaica nil. Usually at this point, people are losing their heads. I say people in terms of the Reggae Boys fans, but there seems to be a lot of calmness amongst the 12th man via social media, that is. So it seems like there's more calmness at sea for us, which is good. Positive sign. One question for you guys, so far, aside from Javane Brown, because that's a player like Damian Lowe and Williams alongside Taxi. Those are the players that you do expect to see in the World Cup qualifiers taking place this month, alongside Walker as well. But aside from the obvious, which players impressed you the most, and who do you think deserve to be in contention of putting on their boots, lacing up their boots for the all-important World Cup qualifiers that's just around the corner? Who is that player? I'm asking you guys because, as I said before, I actually tuned into this one quite late, 19 minutes on the clock, and my stream was proving a lot of technical difficulties, but we're all good to go now. 32 minutes on the clock, guys, and it is Peru nil, Jamaica nil, as we head towards half time. Ooh, okay, good clearance there. There's one thing that kind of troubles me. Maybe it's not that big of a deal, but would also love to see the guys with names on the back of their shirts. If you're watching this team for the very first time and you're not familiar with one or two players, it will prove to be a little bit problematic, because obviously you won't know their name unless you make note of the number on the back of their jersey and then do further research from that. But who wants to do that? You just want to watch a game of football, look at the name of the player, and keep it moving. And yes, it is a friendly. It's not uncommon to see players in their jerseys without the names on the back of their jersey. But I think in terms of keeping things professional, it would be nice if we could just put the names on the back of the jerseys. Peru also, just like ourselves, they don't have the names on their jerseys, but just because they're doing it don't mean that we have to do it. So that's the only thing that I can probably say I'm disliking at the moment. But it's nothing new. And as I said, it's not uncommon. Peru are standing over what looks to be a direct free kick quite close to our box. And this one goes sky high. That did not trouble Knight at all. That one reached to the sky. He's smiling because he knows that that was not going to trouble him. I think that might have taken a deflection because it looks as if we're in for a corner for Peru. Corner comes into the box, but that's easily dealt with. No real concerns there at all. Peru still on the ball. If you have just tuned in, let me just remind you guys, because it is important for everyone to know this really, if you're not a strong follower of the Jamaican men's football team, just to remind you all, it is Paul Hall's first, safe hands of Knights, first match as the Jamaica interim head coach. As I've said before, his bigger mission aside from this game is for us to qualify for the upcoming Men's World Cup, which is taking place this year. Can you guys remember the last time we watched a game, a men's football match, that being the Reggae Boyz, where there was calmness and you're not too nervous? Yeah, I wouldn't complain. Nice and calm so far. Good football on show. So yeah, I'm in for them to mix with whoever, just as long as we make these friendlies a regular thing in our diary. We'd obviously love to see them come over to the UK as well and play against England, because we've not seen that in possibly over two. No, it can't be 2 decades. Just over a decade. So they definitely need to correct that, because as you know, there's plenty of Jamaicans based in the UK. So tickets will most certainly move as soon as they go on sale. We've got 36 minutes on the clock, guys, and it's Peru 0, Jamaica 0. Good evening to yourself. I don't recall seeing you on my live stream before, so thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully, I do get to see you around more often. Again, guys, we're approaching halftime. Let me know who has been your standout player. Who's been your man of the match so far? The name that's going around and floating around for the first 37 minutes has been Javane Brown so far. So let me know who has been your man of the match, the player of the first 45. And also, you guys haven't answered my question yet in terms of which player you're keen to integrate into the squad for our all-important World Cup qualifiers that's coming up later on this month. Try something quickly. And I do say that it is a calm game so far, but I would like to see a little bit more action. Bit more shot on target. But there we go. Peru with a shot at goal, but that's comfortably saved by Knight. No trouble with that at all. Also, let me know if you guys can hear my commentary, because I don't actually want this to filter through to my microphone, because I'm trying to avoid any potential copyright. So if you guys can hear my headphones commentary at any point, do let me know. We've got 39 minutes on the clock, guys, and it is Peru 0, Jamaica 0. Don't think, based off what you guys have said in the comment section, I don't think we're heading into any additional minutes. So it should be just another 5 minutes until we can close off on that first 45. Who is that? Who is your pick? I know you guys know who one of my favorites is, and it is none other than Peter Lee. How has Peter Lee performed for you guys so far? That is one of my favorite players. So, and that's it. That's exactly what it's all about, building for the future. It's nice to know that we've got a few or a handful of bright prospects who has what it takes, has the quality to find themselves being called up to the senior side and being integrated into the squad in the near future. Or maybe even right now, maybe you might see a few of these youngsters being called up to the like you said, the Mexico game for our World Cup qualifiers. And as they say, sometimes you have to trust in the youth, a bit like what you see taking place at clubs like Arsenal and also Manchester United. If the quality is there from the youngster, then why not give them a run out? They probably will offer you something more positive in comparison to their senior teammates. "40 minutes on the clock, guys, and it is Peru nil, Jamaica nil." And Everton, let me know what you think of the game so far in terms of who is your standout player. Or speaking of young players, who would you call up to those crucial set of World Cup qualifiers remaining game that we have in store? Who would be on your list for a call up? Or maybe a debut in terms of the work. Sorry, guys, in terms of the World Cup qualifiers, which name would you put on your squad sheet to make that announcement? Thank you again to Karim for sharing this link with me, because I really was struggling earlier on trying to secure a link for this game. So thank you so much for assisting me. Much, much appreciated. Peru on the ball out from the back, playing it forward down the flank. That's neatly dealt with. That looks as if it's Javane Brown that's come across and put the ball out for a throw in. I hope so. Massive, massive fan of Peter Lee. I don't know why he wasn't called up recently, and I don't really want to get into that at the moment. But now we're on a clean slate. Clean slate. Safe to say we're on a clean slate. Perhaps not a different chapter, but maybe you could go one step further and say this is a new book. And the signs are looking positive. So maybe we might just see Peter Lee receive a call up. Would love to see what could happen in terms of creativity between Peter Lee and Tyreek as well, be it for the World Cup qualifiers or somewhere in the near future. Would definitely like to see what could happen between those two. Where do you watch the game? Where do you watch the game? You have to go on to, what is this site called? Please. There you go. Give that site a search and you'll be able to watch the game. If you, depends on where you're based as well. I'm not really sure where you're based, but if you're based in the diaspora, just like myself, then that's probably the best place to go and watch the game. If not, if you're in Jamaica, then just stick your TV over to TVJ. Put your feet up and enjoy the game. Brilliant move by Paul Hall to start him in the right back. He has always been knocked for his lack of defense, so this will give him the confidence to defend in midfield. Absolutely, absolutely. This is what I like to see, guys. Zero complaints so far. In terms of what we're seeing on show, the quality of football that we're seeing on show, like I said, it's much calmer, probably more, not even probably, most certainly more pleasing on the eye in comparison to what we have seen in recent months. So fair play to Mr. Paul Hall for bringing forth some calmness, because I think you needed that in the section of the 12th man. A lot of nerves, possibly a lot of anxiety as well when it comes to watching our men's side. But so far, it's looking quite good. Big up yourself, Devin. Good evening to yourself, or good afternoon, or maybe a good morning. I'm not sure where you're based, but it is almost 1:45 over here in London. So I'm already into Friday, guys. So good day to yourself, Devin. I hope you're enjoying the match. Who has been your player of the first 45? We're almost, say, 1 minute away from the first 45 being concluded, guys. And then just to remind you all, it is Peru 0, Jamaica 0. So let me just go over my notes. You live in New York? I can watch the game. I live in which station? Oh, I thought you said you can watch the game on TV. I'm about to say, aren't you lucky? So let me write something in the comment section just to respond to your comment. And I've just left the name of the website, and you guys can head over to that website and watch the game alongside with myself. Take a shot. Might try and see if I can get this game up on my I think that was Peter Lee that was on the ball just then. I'm gonna see if I can get this game up on my desktop, because I'm struggling to see who the players are on the ball simply by watching from my phone. So let's try and see if we could get something up for you guys. Bear with me. That's the whistle for the first 45, guys. The boys are looking decent, looking much more comfortable on the ball, and plenty of calmness as a collective. Just to remind you all, it is halftime in our international friendly against Peru, and we're all square. It is 0-0 apiece. Paul Hall's first game as the interim head coach for his country, the former reggae boy. Courtney Brown, lovely name there, Courtney. You live New Jersey. Where can you watch the game? Again, guys, go ahead. I have mentioned this website a number of times, but Courtney, you can go ahead and read my last comment and head over to that website and you'll be able to watch the game. I think Knight, the keeper, also makes it into the World Cup qualifier squad. Paul Hall needs a keeper who can pass out from the back with his foot for high press game. Yeah, he does. So who are you taking out in the selection of goalkeepers at present? I think I might know who you have in mind, but I think I prefer you to speak for yourself. I don't want to speak for no one. And also, I could also be wrong. So who were you looking to take out? Don't necessarily disagree with what you've said in terms of Knight keeping his spot in the team. Yes, we do know that this is a friendly and nothing is guaranteed, but if he's performing well alongside the outfield players who we have given credit to, then it's safe to say that he would deserve a call up. I'm gonna try and see if I can switch my streams quickly, guys, just so I can see the game better. At the moment, I'm struggling with my eyes. Okay, let's disconnect my headphones quickly. Okay, disconnect. Bear with me one moment, guys, before I go into further discussion with you all. You guys are really quiet in the comments section tonight. Why is that? I wanted to get a conversation going with you all. So please don't be quiet. Don't be afraid to drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think of the first 45. As I've said, please do not ask me about the first quarter of an hour because unfortunately I missed it. My stream was giving me more than a handful of problems. What is going on? Okay, let's try turning this on again. I'm quite happy that this is only a friendly because my stream is not being friendly at all. So I'm pleased that this is only a friendly and not a qualifiers because I'll be losing it, losing my cool. Side up, yes, it is Ian. It is playing good. I know you're quite critical as well, so for you to say that, then it definitely means something. Would also fancy a win as well. I know it is early days, and I also know that it is just a friendly, but friendly or not, I always want to win. Okay. Am I being really silly or is it just this? Okay, here we go. Okay, perfect. Now we are finally connected on the desktop, so I no longer have to look at my phone. Also, massive apologies on my behalf, guys, in terms of the stop and start. I don't usually like to do my streams like that, but sometimes things are out of your control and you can only work with what's in front of you. But now it seems like I'm good to go. Again, if that stream starts to give me trouble on this desktop, I'll switch back to my mobile device. Paul Hacker, what has Hacker done now? I would put Richard King in though. Okay, World Cup qualifies his composure. Centre back is impressive. So you're bringing in Richard King, right? The young king. Richard King. Who were you pulling, Karim? Because if you're going to bring someone in, then somebody's unfortunately will have to lose their spot. So who are you bringing in? Are you, perhaps you might say, bring in Richard King for Liam Moore? Because we've seen what's been going on at Reading with Liam Moore. They've recently stripped their skipper of the captaincy armband. It's all up in the air with Liam Moore and Reading at the moment. Quite distasteful, if I must say so myself. I feel like they've thrown him under the bus. There's certain things that you don't do publicly. Quite happy for you guys to air out your dirty laundry internally, but when you throw your players under the bus, especially your captain, I definitely can't be on your side with that. So distasteful actions from Reading in recent week. But going along with what Karim had said in terms of Richard King, are you then looking to pull Liam Moore? Just off the top of my head, Liam Moore is probably the obvious answer here, but I can't speak for yourself. So perhaps it will be Richard King coming in place of Liam Moore. By the way, if you guys see me looking down, then I'm just making notes. Don't want you guys to think that I'm distracted. I'm just trying to make notes as we speak. You're saying Paul Hacker. Does that mean Hacker's been your least favorite player? Hacker is like Marmite for much of the Reggae Boyz fans, isn't he? So I'm not surprised that you're saying Paul Hacker. I didn't get to see much of Hacker tonight. Again, let me just remind you all that I did have issues with my stream. So for this first quarter of an hour, I can't tell you what happened, but I can say that there were plenty of positive signs based off what you guys have said in the comment section. No, he has not. He has not, but we've seen in the past with the men's team and the women's team that, and it's not something that I necessarily agree with, but we've seen that even if you don't have a club, you still get called up. No, I'm not saying that because you did it once, then you should continue with the same way of doing things. Obviously, now we have Paul Hall, who is the gaffer in charge, so he wouldn't be, or don't think he would be in favor of calling up a player who don't have a club or isn't playing regularly for his club. Then again, I'm not really sure who's in charge for the call ups. But I do hear your point here, Karim, where you said that Liam Moore has not been playing, and I did touch on a few things that's happened with Liam Moore and Reading. And that news broke, I believe, last week, and they did it quite sneakily, Reading. If I look back at that Twitter post when they made their announcement that Liam Moore would be stripped of the captain's armband. They did it in the night. They did it around between 8 and 10 o'clock. Might have been 9 o'clock on the dot when they made the announcement. So I mean, if you're stripping your captain of the armband, that's huge news. You do that in the early morning. You do that at midday. You don't do it in the nighttime when people are off the bed. It just seems as if it's not that important to you, and it's more about embarrassing Liam Moore rather than trying to communicate with clarity to your fan base. So I thought that was distasteful from Reading. I mean, they call themselves the Royals, don't they? That's not exactly how Royals should behave. It's not very royalty of them. But yeah, I'm not in favor of how Liam Moore has been treated by his club lately. So let me just continue to see if I can bring up something for you guys. Um, Bear with me. Let me go through the King Can Take hacker spot. Okay, guys. So I've had two suggestions so far. So we're saying possibly Richard King coming in for Liam Moore, or you're or you're saying Richard King coming in for Hacker. Okay. All right. All right. Where can I watch the game? Richard, I have mentioned this a number of times, but just go over to a website called He's Goal. We are currently at the halfway line, the halfway point. My apologies. First 45 has been concluded, and it is the host nil, Jamaica nil so far. And there are some plenty of positive signs there, Richard. That should be music to your ears that your boys in black, gold, and blue are currently holding their own. Much better than when Amel Knight should be in the squad. I don't disagree with that, Jason. Who you taking out though? Which goalkeeper are you taking out so far for the World Cup qualifiers? And I know that does not mean, actually, I don't know because I cannot speak for you, but I'm assuming that would mean you're keeping the skipper Andre Blake, and then possibly bring in Amal Knight in as his number two. And if so, who are you taking off the bench? Who are you taking out of camp? In terms of the regular faces that we usually see where the goalkeeper position is concerned. Impressed with Brown, King, and Walker. I'm quite pleased to hear that you're impressed with Walker because I know Walker has faced some criticisms recently, hasn't he? I think it's one of those, he's at one of those moments where he has laughed off a few of the criticism that's come his way, but quite pleased to hear that that Walker is looking impressive and you're pleased with him because I know that you can be a tough critique and rightly so at times, Ian. So please for Lamar Walker. Again, guys, if you see me looking down, it's just me making notes along with what you guys have said and what I think of the game because this will definitely help me to put together some notes and some talking points for the next game that's around the corner, and that will be our World Cup qualifier. Thank you. Very kind of you. Boss already need to come off. Poor Hacker. Hacker can't catch a break, can he? Bless him. I know this is what I've said, Jay. I don't know about you, but I can't tell the last time where I've sat and I've watched the Reggae Boys play and I'm not fretting. I've taken my eyes off the game and kind of keeping a keen ear, listening to the commentary. And It's been relatively calm so far. That's unusual. Usually can't say such things when you're watching the Reggae Boys playing, right? So Paul Hall's definitely doing some positive work behind the scenes. The second 45 is almost underway, guys. For anyone who has just come into the stream, just to remind you all, so far we are playing away from home in an international friendly against Peru, and it is 0-0 apiece. Thank you so much for tuning into my live watch along. Please do go ahead and hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, then do go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. He's not doing much running, but he's using his experience to block the passes. And I think that's the reason why Hacker gets called up as well. Not making excuses for him, but I think it's a matter of experience, age and experience. In terms of not doing much running, you could definitely put that down to whether or not he is match fit. And if he is match fit, to what extent. If he's not fully match fit, then it comes down to man management, knowing that you have a player who is of a certain age. Yes, he does bring a bulk of experience, but his knees probably won't allow him to see out a full 90 minutes plus potential added time. So it's a matter of making sure you know the right man management, not just for Hacker, but for every player as well, both the senior players and also the young players as well, because the last thing you want to do for a young player being integrated into the squad is to set them up for failure. So man management is something that's definitely going to be key between now and the duration of our World Cup qualifying campaign, and also beyond. Definitely need to be good at man management. Bless up to yourself. Good evening. Good evening. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Game link. Please do check out his goals. You could go ahead and scroll up in my comments. I've said it a number of times. Jay Ross, how are you doing, sir? Thank you for joining me on my live stream. I could be better, Jay Ross. I've had a rough few weeks, but I'm pleased to know that today I'm feeling well. Now I'm feeling a little bit better. Thank you so much for asking. Teams are making their way through the tunnel. Peru are actually the first team that I can see who have made their way from the locker room, guys. And the second 45 is almost minutes away. Name a few players that look ready for Mexico. We're going to get into that. I think the obvious player is Javane Brown, but that's hardly rocket science, is it? We always knew what Javane Brown has in his locker. Definitely know what Javane Brown have in his locker, and I'm pleased to see that he's now being given some fairness, and long may it continue. The Reggae Boys are making their way out of the tunnel and onto the pitch for the second 45. I think with the players that's available, also we have to remind ourselves that this isn't a FIFA window. So I think Paul Hall is making use of what is available to him, because it's not an official FIFA window. It is an international friendly. So you're not going to see the likes of your Mikel Antonio, your Roof, and all those other names that you're expected to see. Or maybe even if he was fit and ready to go, a Leon Bailey, chances of you seeing a player like that at this point of their season for their respective clubs is highly unlikely. So I think given what's available to Mr. Paul Hall, it's a decent shout. No complaints so far, though. Paul Hall for Prime Minister of Jamaica and President of JF. I don't know if Mr. Hall would want to be the JFF president, but that's you crediting his character. The boys are out on the pitch. They're in a little huddle at the moment. Seem as if someone's giving some words, whether that's a bit of words on prayer. I have no idea. Just come out of their huddle, making their way to their position on the pitch. Nice little chat going on between Hacker and Speedy as well. Also, massive fan of Speedy. I'm a huge fan of Speedy. I think Speedy does the basics well. But I think, as I've said before on previous streams, because he's not that flashy player, I think what he does usually go over the heads of people. But I think he's a good player to have in the squad. He's not a player that I would say I don't want him in the team entirely. Kickoff for the second 45 is back on the way, guys. Just to remind you all, it is Peru nil, Jamaica nil. What has happened to my commentary? Let me pause this because I don't want the commentary to filter through. One moment, guys. There we go. There we go. Good evening to yourself. Where were you? Are you on camp? Do you have camp today, or are you back at home with the family? How's your week been? Nice to see you on my live stream as well. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope that yourself and your family are doing good. So that's 46 minutes on the clock, guys. Kickoff is well and truly on the way for the second 45. I'm good. Enjoy the positive change in the teams. Keep your head up and enjoy the show tonight. Thank you, Jay Ross. Thank you. I think I could echo what you've said about the positive change in the way that our team is playing so far. Someone said that they're playing with a lot of fluidity, or they're playing with fluidity. I don't think that's something that you can disagree with. You could also see there's a bit more calmness about these guys on the pitch, and that's quite interesting because this is obviously not our regular starting 11. So a lot of one or two of these guys, they're relatively new to in terms of playing with each other, and the fact that they've managed to forge a form of chemistry so soon. Credits to them, and also credits to their gaffer as well, because that obviously illustrates that he's doing something positive behind the scenes. But they are looking much better than what we've seen in recent months and also weeks as well, in terms of giving that element of calmness, trying to calm down their 12th man. Interesting question. I did an interview with John Barnes recently and kind of made a rookie error because I had zero intentions of asking him if he would return on the for the Reggae Boys job, but he actually said it himself. And then I kind of thought to myself, how can I not ask that question? Would Oh no, Jesus, they've scored. We're 1-0 down, guys. I'm sorry. I need to watch that replay again. One moment, Ravi. Let me watch that replay again. 48 minutes on the clock, and Peru have opened the scoring against us. What happened there? Okay, and it was from a direct free kick, a header, two headers. So direct free kick, headed into the center of the box, and that has gone flying past Knight. So despite all the positivity that we spoke of in the first 45, guys, Peru have come along and they have unlocked our back door and they have taken the lead. Peru 1, Jamaica nil. And just to remind you guys that this is an international friendly, but nevertheless friendly or competitive game, we still want to get a respectable results. I'm a little bit greedy. I want to win all out. But yes, many can argue and say that it's just about seeing what Paul Hall can bring to the table and also what we could potentially see in terms of formation, game management in the World Cup qualifiers that lies ahead. Yes, going back to John Barnes, he did say that he would consider or would be open to listening to any offers of him returning to the Reggae Boys. He did note that one of his biggest regrets is not being able to take Jamaica to a major tournament being the Gold Cup. He would have loved to have had the opportunity to take Jamaica to the Gold Cup. I'm sure you're aware of this already, Ravi, that whilst he was in charge of the Reggae Boys between 2008 and 2009, lifted the Caribbean Cup, and he also did so undefeated as well. Would I like to see him back as the head coach? I think at the moment that's a difficult question to answer because you have to see what's going on with Paul Hall and how he deals with the Reggae Boys, and also have to measure how John Barnes is feeling as well, because feelings can change overnight. I did that interview with John Barnes leading up to Christmas, released the interview on Christmas Day, and that went down quite well. I think before I close off on this live stream, I'll drop the link to that interview. I will say I would love to see Paul Hall and John Barnes in the mix at the same time as well, because I think that they strike me as individuals, two strong individuals who aren't pushovers. And I don't think the man at the top can tell a John Barnes what to do. Don't think he can tell a Paul Hall what to do neither. And I could only imagine that a huge amount of positivity and great changes could come if we get the partnership of Paul Hall and John Barnes going. What that looks like, I have absolutely no idea. Is that a head coach and assistant manager partnership? I don't know, but I would love to see the both of them with Jamaica at the same time. And I will say that massive big up to John Barnes as well, because I know John Barnes outside of football, people have personal opinions of him, but I can only treat him based off how he's treated me, and he treated me quite warm, and he gave me an excellent interview, and it was lovely, pleasing to listen to John Barnes. So yeah, I would take both John Barnes and Paul Hall. I don't know how you get that one working, but that's what I would want. I told you I'm a bit greedy when it comes to this football thing, so that's what I would want to see happen. I used to do I'm gonna go back to this game, guys. It's 52 minutes on the clock. Hold on. Yeah, 52 minutes on the clock. Peru 1, Jamaica 0. This Peru keeper looks like one of our players, guys. And it kind of baffled me because I was thinking, what is he doing playing for them? I can't remember his name. I might remember his name in time for the next live stream. J Russ, just to go back to what you're saying, I used to do running quite regular. And because, as you know, overseas around this time of the year, the time gets quite dark, right? So around 4 o'clock, it looks like it's 7, 8 o'clock at night. So that's the reason why I haven't been doing a lot of running. But I did promise myself that this year I will be taking care of myself better in terms of mental well-being, mental stability. So I think I've taken the first step of doing so today, actually. But thank you for your suggestion. Yoga, I've never really given yoga much thought, much consideration, but I might have to tap into yoga. It seems quite peaceful. So thank you for your suggestion, and thank you for your concern as well. Also love the fact that I'm able to speak about like mental health and the importance of taking care of your mental health with you guys as well, and the fact that you guys have embraced that conversation, because I think that's something that should be high on everyone's agenda. Thank you, Believed Baller. You guys definitely know Peru standing over a corner. Let's see how this corner pans out, guys. Puts it into the box. Jesus, deal with it. That one goes out. Peru's on the ball. Nice one. Lamar Walker comes over to give assistance. Looks like they've managed to win themselves another corner. Love that bit of fight and that bit of grit from Lamar Walker. There was a little bit of a challenge there by Hacker. And Hacker's managed to pick himself up a yellow card. So we might actually see a substitute within the next, say, 10 to 15 minutes. So we might see a substitute for Hacker. I know it is a friendly, but nobody fancies going 10, one player down, playing 11v10. So we might see Hacker come off at some point, being that he is now on a yellow card. Thank you, Travis. I know I've said this before in a few of my live streams. You guys definitely know who Believed Baller. You definitely should be familiar with Believe Baller, and if you're not familiar with them, do check them out on Instagram for those nice, quick, bite-sized content. On the Reggae Boyz in terms of goals scored and assists created. In the mix, LOL, use that saying as well. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Since you guys posed the question around John Barnes, I'm saying I'm a little bit greedy. I want the both of them. I don't know if they fancy working with each other or how they could potentially work with each other. Where there is will, there is a way. A win by the boys would be great. However, I am realistic. All I ask for is that we do not embarrass ourselves. I think fair play to the boys so far, approaching that 1 hour mark. And I think it's fair to say so far they've held their own. Wouldn't you say that? 1-0 down against the host. This is definitely not our strongest side, and there are a few fresh faces there who have never played together as a collective. So yeah, it is new grounds for some of these players to link up at the international senior level. Did Arsenal do enough for you in the game against? Absolutely not, Ravi. And they are my club. I love them to bits, but they didn't deserve to go through to the final. Liverpool did what Liverpool does best, and this is why they will be in contention for that discussion around the top two finish, or possibly depending on whether or not Manchester City have a atrocious slip. People will always be talking about Liverpool. You think about it, they're playing a game without their marquee key men up top, that being Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane, and they still manage to look as if they're not missing a single soul. Jota as well, two tidy finishes from Jota. Well taken finish. Confident. Liverpool do what they have to do best. Might give you the bare minimum, but they make use of their chances. I know that's been some of the criticism that their fans have given them in recent weeks, but they showed up tonight. Looks like we're about to make, as I said, guys, that substitute is coming. I did say in the next 10 to 15 minutes, and Paul Hall is definitely going for an early substitute. Another positive sign here, guys. Let me make note of that. Early substitute before the 1 hour mark from Paul Hall. That looks to be coming in at any minute now. How do I get the stream? You could go on his goal. Let me pop that down in the comment section, Anthony. Good evening to yourself. I hope you're having a wonderful evening, or I hope your day has been going well so far. If not, maybe the Reggae Boyz might brighten your mood. Thank you for choosing my watch along. They are definitely playing well. Very pleased so far. Yeah, definitely, Everton. No complaints from me so far. Definitely no complaints from me so far. In terms of Hacker, like I said, Jay Huss, I think he might be the first substitute because, as I said before, he is unfortunately on a yellow card. And yes, we do know that it is a friendly, but I don't fancy going down to 10 men. And I'm pretty sure Mr. Paul Hall feels the same as well. But there is more positive positive signs there as opposed to negativity, and that's despite of the results so far. We could still turn this one around. All we need to do is try and level the scoring, possibly through our substitution. We might have that impact sub depending on who comes on. Okay. Australian City have already walked away with the Prem, like Manchester City are different gravy. I've said it before, they are in a league of their own. Sensational. And also, Man City have been in this position before, time and time again in the last decade. It's nothing new to them, it's textbook stuff, walking away with the league. You could also say that this crop of Liverpool players are also familiar with winning major honors, that being the Champions League. Aside from the World Cup, that's the biggest trophy to win in world football. Winning, woo! Oh, that was a bit unexpected there, wasn't it? Winning the Champions League and also going on to winning the league as well, the Premier League. So they know what it takes to win major honors. But sometimes things don't go your way. And also, it will take something special to slow down Manchester City. But no one can't really argue with you there, Ravi, with what you have said. It is January and it already looks as if Manchester City are home and dry. But the game isn't over until you hear the final whistle. Where can I watch? Jermaine, you can go ahead and head over to his goal. It looks as if we've got a trio of substitutions lined up for us, guys. See who those players are. This is why I was complaining about the names not being on the back of the shirts, because the stream is not that clear. I mean, it's clearer than what I have seen so far, but being that I can't really make out the players based off their body shape, I'm having to look at their squad numbers to see who is coming on. We've got number 20 coming off. What's he doing? He put up a number 20, but there's no number. Who is that? Lawrence. We've got Taxi coming off, and he's being replaced by, these numbers are weird, Thomas. Let me look at, and then we've got another how many substitution does, okay, so that's Thomas that's come on for Taxi. That's Ricardo Thomas, for those of you who are wondering. And as I said, it's a trio of substitution. This is one that I probably didn't see coming. We've got Jamoy coming on for the roughhouse himself, Damian Lowe. So Damian Lowe has been substituted for Topi. And then we should have one final substitution. Who's that? We've got DeMar Rose who has come on, but I can't see who he's come on for because that substitution happened quite quick. So again, when you look at the players that are out there on the pitch at the moment, relatively new to each other in terms of knowing each other's movement on and off the ball, and in terms of chemistry as well. We've got Peru who are following with something quite similar in terms of the substitution, and they've gone for a trio of substitution as well. So another positivity there, guys. Great to see Paul Hall going for an early substitution. Okay, so Rose came on for Vasto. Peter Lee Vasto has been substituted off for Rose, and Topi came off for Lowe, and also Taxi came off for Thomas, for those of you who are wondering. Thank you, guys. Pep and Klopp don't settle for rest. They don't. And as Mr. John Barnes said, who tells Pep and Klopp what to do? And that's one of the formula for success. And when I say who, I'm referring to the guys at the top. So whether that be it the guys at the top of club football or the top of international football, nobody tells the likes of Klopp or Pep what to do when it comes to football, because that's what they've been hired to do. I'm not actually watching the game on my desktop that I'm speaking to you guys on now, because the live stream would feed back. So that's the reason why I'm saying go. Jesus. Ooh. They've taken another shot at our goal, but thankfully that one's gone wide, and it is still 64 minutes on the clock. It is still Peru 1, Jamaica 0. Thank you. Jermaine, if you're having let's see, what can I do? Okay. Let me see. See if I can get something up for you guys. In terms of the link. Oh Jesus, they've doubled the lead, guys. Jermaine, I don't think you want to tune in. I don't know if you haven't made dinner already. Perhaps go and make yourself something to eat. Just took my eyes off the game, and Peru have doubled the lead, guys. Neatly taken, compose strike, to double the lead, and that would make it 2 Peru 2 Jamaica 0. It's interesting one, because that happened quite pretty much out of nowhere. I see someone in the comment section saying poor defending, and you are absolutely right. There's a mistake there from our centre back at the back. And Jesus, don't tell me that's who I think it is. I think that was Hacker with the mistake, if I'm not mistaken, guys. Apologies if I got that one a bit wrong. I did say, yeah, he is Hacker, because he's wearing number 15, isn't he? Again, with his experience, you do expect something better from Hacker. Many would argue that it is Hacker, so do you really expect something better? But with his experience, being that he is playing with a lot of youth around him, he should have done better there. So he's most certainly at fault for that second goal. You've not helped yourself there, Hacker. So last night I had to block someone because they were being a little bit irritating, and tonight I'm going to have to do that as well. You cannot come on my platform and disrespect my country, so you're going to have to take a nice little block, and I don't wish to see you on here again. So as I've said, guys, Hacker is unfortunately at fault for that second goal. I actually thought that Paul Hall would take him off. Didn't see him taking off Damian Lowe. I thought that he would take off Hacker, being that he is sorry guys, carrying a yellow card. Terrible is putting it politely. And now we're seeing Thomas, he's down. Just got back up on his feet. That looked quite worrying there. I'm not really sure why the stream is replaying that game. Perhaps they are Mexican fans or maybe USA fans trying to laugh at our little suffering there. That's the link I'm using. Dave, are you able to share your link in the comment section? No worries if you're not. I know a few people are asking for the link, but I'm not actually watching the link on the screen that I'm sharing or showing you guys. So I'm not able to pop that link into the comment section. Unfortunately, Karim, he is at fault. You can't. Could the keeper have done better? I think before we look at the keeper, we have to look at the defender. It was the defender that made the error. Not making excuses for the keeper. Before we even go to the keeper, we definitely have to look at the player who invited unnecessary pressure on his defense, and that's where the mistake started, and Peru, being Peru, capitalized on it. So in this case, I'm not looking at Knight. I'm solely just looking on Hacker, because it was Hacker's mistake. It was a costly mistake. But maybe you could argue that perhaps Knight could have done better, but we wouldn't need to pose that question had Hacker not made a mistake. No problem. Does matter the score. So Jermaine, I'm not sure if you've managed to tune into the game. I have asked someone to drop the link in the comment section for you. So let me know if you have any luck. You do have to concentrate. And also, I mean, Hacker, you're quite easily he's the oldest player on the squad in our team at the moment, isn't he? He's got, like I said, a lot of youth around him. You do expect much better decision making. Kind of reminds me of a schoolboy era inside a grown man's body. And the only player that I can think of making that type of decision is Granit Xhaka for Arsenal. Funny enough, a yellow card and a mistake is very Xhaka-like. But he should be doing better. And perhaps that might not have happened had he been substituted. Worst case scenario would be for him to pick up his second yellow. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But yes, again, you could easily say that it is just a friendly, but I'm not really one to say such things because I like to win every game that comes my way, friendly or competitive. Jamaica on the ball down the flank. Will Party be a big miss? Don't know what to say. That Arsenal midfield needs some work. So Party is one thing, but that midfield needs to be beefed up. So hopefully they can do some business in the January transfer window. Who do you support, Ravi? And apologies if I've asked you this already and I'm repeating myself. Do go over to his goals, right? So go over to his goals and then there should be a search box. Do Peru versus Jamaica. We're in the 71st minute, so you do still have some time. Peru are on the attack to watch that game, Jermaine. Peru on the attack, a little bit scrappy at the back from our defense. Seems to be a lack of communication going on there. And people probably say that why would we substitute Damian Lowe? I think the positive with that is, again, it is a friendly and we do have the all-important games coming up around the corner with our World Cup qualifiers facing off with fierce rivals, Mexico. So do you really want to miss potentially putting Damian Lowe at risk of picking up a injury? Whether it's short term or long term, you don't want to play with that type of potential. I think I might have asked you this already then, Ravi, that you said that you were a Liverpool fan, but I do like to hear what other fans. Oh, okay. Then yeah, congratulations on qualifying for the finals. I don't know who I want to see lift that trophy. Ambitious effort there. Who was that? Let me look at my numbers again. Thought so. That was Walker with an ambitious effort, strike at goal. Yeah, good luck to yourself, Ravi. You're in the finals at Wembley against Chelsea. Not really sure who I want to see win that game. I don't dislike either side. So best of luck to the both of you and may the best team win. 73 minutes on the clock, guys, and it is Peru 2, Jamaica 0. Do let me know your thoughts on the game as we edge towards full time. It'll be a tough game against Chelsea. They have some dangerous players on their day. You could be equally as dangerous. Want to see? Yeah. I was hoping to catch a glimpse of him as well. Kareem, there's still minutes on the clock. We're now into our 74th minute, so there's still some time to see him play. Make some notes that I could use to do a preview at some point for the game against Mexico. how do you guys rate Paul Hall's first game as the gaffer as well, despite of scoreline? How are we rating our gaffer, guys? So that game against Mexico, that is next week Friday. So that's bang on 1 week away. So I will need to do a preview for that. I'll be giving you guys a preview at some point as the game draws closer. So yeah, as I've said, how do you guys rate the Gaffers' first game in charge? Yeah, for risky challenge there, Javane. Took my eyes off that. Did he manage to pick up a yellow card, or did the referee just allow play? Let me look back and see if he picked up a yellow card. Nope, no yellow card there. That's good. Yes, guys. As I've said, do let me know how you think your gaffer has done tonight. This offside, Peru there on their attack, trying to extend their lead. Thankfully, the linesmen have raised the offside flag. Is he? Yeah. Yes, he's offside. And then I won't be staying for too long on this live stream, guys, because it's already almost 2:45 over here in London. So I'll be signing off relatively soon. After half time, I do a little debrief with you guys, and perhaps we could do a short little review. And then I will have to just close off on the live stream. Before I forget my manners, thank you so much for blessing me with your time and for sitting with me. Somebody's about to get their lock. Somebody asked to see a particular player, and it looks as if luck is on their side, because it looks like you're about to get your wish. If we play as well against USA, then Mexico are there for the taking, especially if we get more luck. Luck. It's an interesting choice of words, isn't it? Personally, I think that both the USA, respectively, and Mexico were there for the taking in our first games against them. Most definitely back at the office against the USA. I personally feel as if we were robbed by the match official on that occasion. It's quite interesting to see Peru on the attack. Who is that? Looks like it was Topi that stuck big foot out and cleared that one over for a corner. Yeah, it was interesting to see our friends from across the pond actually say, put their hand up and say, look, that definitely should have been a win for Jamaica. But the referee were on USA side. So I think they've already been there for the taking. And I think we could definitely put the blame on ourselves for not capitalizing on the chances that came our way. Our Knight came out there flying that looks like as if the ball went over on that occasion. Let's rewatch that header. Yes, that one went over. So yeah, I think they've already been there for the taking. Will Jamaica score? I can't answer that one, my friend. Would love for them to score. Javane Brown is coming off, guys, and Howell is coming on in place of Javane Brown. Good game from Javane. Would love to see more of him regularly, not just in the World Cup qualifiers, but also beyond. First good show by Paul Hall. As I said, I am realistic and did not expect a win. Fair play to yourself, Everton. The most important thing is you did your job as the 12th man, and by that I mean tuning in to watch your team play. Rough and tough game for Paul Hall, but there are plenty of positives there to implement when you look to the senior national sides and competitive football. Big up the London gang. I have a family in North London. I used to live in Wood Green. And I moved quickly. Let's put it that way. But I used to live in Wood Green. I actually made a very good friend, definitely a lifelong friend, from living in Wood Green. So just like you said, big up the London gang. Big up to your family as well. As a Jamaican from Pakistan, feeling sad. Wow, are you based in Pakistan? Um, or is that heritage? Is that a Pakistani and a Jamaican heritage? If it is, that's a wonderful heritage. Thank you for tuning into my live stream, and I hope to see you around in the future for more live streams and some premieres as well. Don't be too sad, because I think if you've been following the Reggae Boys, you'll know that this is probably one of the most positive um moments that we've seen so far in terms of what we can see. My apologies, and sorry guys, on the field of play. So don't be too upset with the scoreline. Perhaps you could say the scoreline doesn't reflect the game itself, the overall game itself, because I think there's been more positives there despite the obvious scoreline. 80 minutes on the clock, and it is Peru 2, Jamaica 0. I'm not familiar with this Peru side, so I won't sit here and act as if I am clued up in that department, because I'm not, unfortunately. But if you're trying to make the comparison between Peru utilizing their youth and us utilizing our youth, you probably have to go a step. Whoa, what a goal! It's 3-0, guys. It is 3-0. Peru 3. He took that one from yards out. And it found the back of the net. Peru 3, Jamaica 0. Going back to what I was saying in terms of the youth, I think you probably have to go a little bit deeper, and this is why I say I don't know Peru's team well enough to dive into what I make of their youth. But you probably have to go a little bit deeper and research. Maybe you don't have to research, but research whether or not they've played together as a collective at youth level, because obviously if they have, then they know each other's style of play. It's in their DNA. It's an easy transition if you've played together as a crop of young players at youth level. When you move up to international level, the setting stone and the building blocks is already there from your youth days. So in that sense, if that is the case with Peru, then it's probably a little bit unfair for us to compare them with what we've seen so far with our young players. We've gone for a bit of experience combined with youth. The play depend purely based off what's available to us in terms of player selection. So it's a really good question, but it's one that's difficult to answer from my standpoint, because again, I'm not familiar with this Peru side. But thank you for your question. Wood Green, yeah, definitely has changed over the years. Not sure for the good or I don't. Hacker is coming off for, and Howell is coming on. Hold on, what's going on here with these substitutions? Let me go back and look at something. So Hacker has made his way to the bench, guys. So I think that was actually Ramon Howell that came on just now for Hacker. I'll go back to your I'm Pakistani, but I like Jamaican football team. Oh, okay. Well, big up to yourself. Big up to Pakistan as well. Lovely to see that we've got a friend in Pakistan. Big up to yourself. Who is Timmy? Timmy. Have I been speaking to a Timmy? Nice to have you on my live stream. I've not seen you around here before. Hopefully, this won't be the last. What's your thoughts on the game? Devon. Gunners, runners, my apology. I can't be calling you gunners, not with your football team. Runners, um, yeah, it's pretty much dead and buried now, isn't it? 84 minutes on the clock, guys. Peru 3, Jamaica nil. And after the third goal, I still believe Knight makes it into the World Cup qualifiers squad, but Blake still starts if he is game fit. I think Blake start despite being game fit, match fit or not. And that will probably prove to be a little bit problematic because inevitably, if he's lacking a bit of sharpness, people will always revert back to this international friendly and said, you should have played in the friendly, just to brush up on a bit of sharpness. So I think whether or not Blakey is 100% match fit, he's going to start. Also, he is the captain, so I don't expect to see him on the bench. If I'm proven to be wrong, then that does speak volumes on Mr. Paul Hall's character, because that would tell me he's a little bit cutthroat coming in and benching your captain because he lacks match sharpness. So that remains to be seen. Is that in response to Knight runners? Are you saying that Knight isn't going to be part of the Reggae Boyz World Cup squad? Saying you think Karim said he thinks Taylor is better than Knight. So we're into the 86 minutes, guys. 86 minutes of game time, and it is Peru 3, Jamaica nil. Thank you for sitting with me for almost another 3 hours. I appreciate you guys' support each and every time. Apologies once more for the first 19 to 20 minutes of this live stream. Apologies for the technical difficulties, but thank you for your loyalty and your show of support and for sitting with me for the best part of almost 2 hours. We've done it again, guys, and your support definitely doesn't go unnoticed. 87 minutes on the clock, guys, and it is Peru 3, Jamaica nil. Not the best start to the gaffer's career, the gaffer being Mr. Paul Hall, his first game as the interim head coach for the Reggae Boyz. Jamaica on the attack. What's going to be okay? They've come over and intercepted that. Not the best start for Paul Hall, probably not the start, definitely not the start that he would have imagined, but fair play to him because he has shown us a handful of positivity there. I think when it was at 2-0, you could probably argue that the scoreline didn't reflect, or at that point didn't reflect the game. But once they hit that third goal, I think you can see that there's plenty of work there to be done for the boys in black, gold, and green. And also, many could argue that this isn't our regular starting 11. Plenty of youth to keep our eyes on as well for the near future. Good luck. Thank you. I hope so too. Thank you for tuning into my live stream. And like I said, I hope to see you on here again sometime in the near future. And you are most certainly welcome. Try to do my best, and it's nice to see that you guys are appreciative. So do enjoy the rest of your evening, and I hope you have a smashing weekend. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're replaying that third goal. Yeah, no complaints there. He struck that one quite sweet, I must say so myself. Sometimes you just have to stand back, put your hand up, and just appreciate a good goal. Good finish. Thank you. Thank you. My energy, I think my energy matches you guys' energy. You're also calm and pleasant in the comment section, and I love that. Long may it continue because you guys make this definitely easy for myself to sit here and talk to you guys. Also, I love when you guys make a comment in the comment section because it just makes life more easier as opposed to just being sat here and talking to myself. It's nice to get a conversation going. The attacker are too busy dribbling and not creating much going forward. Yeah. 3 minutes of added time, guys. We're into the 90th minutes, and we have now seen on the um board that we have 3 minutes of added time. How you guys rate this game out of 10? How would you guys rate what you guys have seen so far, taking into consideration that yes, it is a friendly first time that a lot of these players have played together at the senior level for their team. Paul Hall's first game as the Reggae Boyz interim what do you want to call it? Head coach. He's the head coach. Need to make sure I get his job title right. So the Reggae Boyz interim head coach. What do you guys make of the gaffer? How do you rate his performance? Never reached the World Cup. First time on your oh, Clinton. Clinton, don't be a negative Nancy. Um that remains to be seen, Clinton. I think many can argue that mathematically it is still possible. So we just have to wait and see. Who knows? You might be right, Clinton. I'm not going to dispute what you have said. Everybody is entitled to their comments, entitled to their opinion, and obviously you've done so quite respectfully. So I'm not going to go toe to toe with you on this one. I could see why you would say that. There's plenty of evidence to suggest that we're not going to do the unthinkable. But who knows? Football matches can change just like that at the blink of an eye. Look at what happened against Tottenham and Leicester City in the Premier League. Everyone thought that Leicester City were home and dry, and within the last few seconds of the game, Tottenham win it at the death. So anything can happen in football. Football is completely unpredictable. Obviously, we've had a rocky start to our World Cup qualifying campaign, but we could go into the last remaining string of qualifiers and you could see a totally different Jamaica, and you might be left scratching your head thinking, where have they been? So, whilst it's still mathematically possible, I'm going to hold on to my opinions. Lovely to see the big man, Speedy, rocking the captain's armband. Looks quite well on him. So I'm going to hold on to my opinions there, Clinton. But nice to see you on my channel, and I do hope that it's not the last time. Hope Jamaica win against Mexico. Yeah, Mexicans, you know the Mexicans are our fierce rivals against the USA. I've said it time and time again. Two countries that I do not want to lose against, the Mexicans and the Americans. And hopefully we don't lose that game. Full-time game has come to an end, guys. An unfortunate end to Paul Hall's first game as the Reggae Boyz. Interim head coach is finished there. Peru 3, Jamaica 0. Some smiles there for Paul Hall. Team still on the pitch, walking around. I can go ahead and close that stream because I don't actually need it. I can also turn off my headphones because I no longer need to listen to what's going on. But yes, been an interesting game, hasn't it? Despite of the results, a lot of youngsters getting a chance, and bear in mind the second was a silly mistake and the third was a cracking finish. I love the way you summarize that. There's not really much that I can add to that because you summarize that quite beautifully. Second goal was a outrageous mistake from one of our experienced players. schoolboy era in a grown man's body, a grown man with years, bags of experience for his national side. But that was an embarrassing mistake. And also, like you said, you cannot fault that third finish. That one oozed with quality for Peru. I don't begrudge Peru that beat their players or their 12th man. They handled business on home soil. And I think it's safe to say it was expected. No, somebody, I think it was Everton in the comment section saying that he didn't expect Jamaica to, to win. 6.5, I think that's quite generous. Karim is saying 6.5. There is some positives, especially in how we transition and how we move the ball. Still need work to do, though. Absolutely spot on there, Karim. Runners, well, I think we could say that we needed some VAR presence in that game back at the office against the United States. Quite happy to see that VAR will be up and running, but what I'm not arguing that I don't want it. I'm just questioning, really? We're now at the halfway mark, and now is when you're bringing um VAR to us. What about the last game? That game, definitely. I don't even think you needed VAR for that match. That was just obvious bias from the referee's point of view. Let me close this one down. I'm gonna give myself, what time is it? I'm gonna take this one to 2 hours, guys. So I've got just 4 minutes remaining on this live stream with you all, and then I will be back over the weekend. No, a few of you have said that you'd like to see Richard King in the Reggae Boys squad for our World Cup qualifiers. That remains to be seen whether that's going to happen. Be it also will be interesting to see Mr. Javane Brown, whether he managed to make his way into the starting 11 for a game against Mexico and beyond. I think at this point it's safe to say he deserved. It was safe to say before, but even in a friendly, it's safe to say that he deserves a fair run out on a number of occasions for his national side. Whether that happens, that remains to be seen. But like yourself, I will most certainly be keeping my eyes peeled where that is concerned. So, guys, I got another 3 minutes with you all, and then I'm just going to have to love you and leave you, unfortunately. And I will be back again, like I said, over the weekend where we could talk a little bit more about the Reggae Girls and the Reggae Boys to look at what they have been doing over the weekend for their respective clubs. Jamaica will gain a lot of experience playing Peru. Hope it will help them during the CONCACAF. Yeah, you need that match sharpness, don't you, Walter? Most certainly can do you no harm if you go and get that match sharpness and also enhance your match fitness as well. You're definitely not doing yourselves no harm. Unfortunately, Damien, I'm going to have to do exactly that because it is 2 minutes to 3 o'clock in the morning, and also my Mac look like it's on its last leg. Definitely need to put this one on charge, but I'm not going to do that until tomorrow. I've got 2 minutes remaining with you guys. Again, I just want to echo my um deepest thank you to you guys for tuning into my live stream for almost 2 hours. Thank you so much. It's always pleasant seeing you guys on here, whether you're in the background and not saying nothing in the comment section, or whether you're in the comment section talking at me and talking with me. Nevertheless, I definitely appreciate your support each and every time. See you soon. I'm going to hold you to that because I definitely would love to see you on more live stream. And thank you for being understanding, Damien. So a few positives there before we close off on this live stream. The boys do look better, as someone quite rightly said, in terms of their transition, moving the ball across the field of play, be it from the back, the middle of the park. The middle of the park, I think, has still been our weakest area on the pitch, and maybe this is the unfair game to make judgment in terms of our improvements in the middle of the park. Would be better to draw analysis in that game against Mexico, when we will see a more accurate representation of our strongest starting 11. Be interesting to see if we've managed to brush up on our weakness in the midfield area. I'll also be interested to see what happens with our centre back pairing. Are we going to see the return of Mr. Ethan Pinnock? What's going on with Liam Moore? Will that whatever's going on with Liam Moore and Redding, will that affect his call up to the national side? Will we be seeing Knight? I know one or two of you have said that you'd love to see Knight get a call up to the national side for the World Cup qualifiers. So interesting times ahead, but I think it's safe to say this is the first time in a while that we've all probably closing off on the game, not feeling too depleted, feeling calm and looking forward to the future. So a massive shout out and fair play to our gaffer for bringing a bit of calmness to the 12th man, because it was needed, most certainly needed, far too negative for my liking. So massive big up to Mr. Paul Hall for bringing some calmness to the 12th man. Much appreciated. Oh, thank you. You've made my night. You have absolutely made my night. That is music to my ears. Thank you. I do hope to see you around in the near future, maybe over the weekend. And guys, as well, I didn't do it, and I do apologize. I forgot to put the link to the live stream in the comment section. I apologize. Mr. Galaxy, I've not seen you around for a really long time, unless my memory isn't serving me well, but good day to yourself. I hope you've had a positive week, and I do hope that you all have a lovely weekend. I will be coming back on here over the weekend, guys. Thank you so much once more for blessing me with a moment of your time. You know what to do. If you are new to the channel, do go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, do go ahead and hit the like button. Just to remind you all before I go, Mr. Paul Hall has chalked off his first game as the gaffer for the Reggae Boyz, and unfortunately perhaps didn't go according to plan, because he has been beaten 3-0 by Peru away from home. Next up, we've got the fierce Mexicans, one of our favorite rivals. Business is undone. Hopefully we can get 3 points on the board, and Mr. Paul Hall can kickstart his reign as the interim head coach for the Reggae Boyz on a brighter note. Get yourself. Definitely will be getting some sleep now, J. Ross. It's just gone past 3 in the morning. So as I was saying, guys, you know what to do. If you've not done so already, please do go ahead and hit the like or the subscribe button if you are new to my channel. Thank you all. I hope you guys have had a pleasant week, and also I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Until next time.
See the moonlights on the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Tallawah TV is in the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Got a corner on the telephone. Yeah, this is the Shout Out the Messenger, and you're watching Tallawah TV with the host and best Davis. Take it away.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Tallawah TV with Crystal Davis.